All right, what do you think will be the hottest coin this altcoin season? What's going to be the hottest coin that's going to run the best, that's going to shock the world this altcoin season? We're going to talk about that today. But most people still believe it's not an altcoin season yet. Well, let me show you guys why it is an altcoin season and has been confirmed already, right? First of all, Bitcoin right now, exactly as I've been saying, has just hit this resistance, right? And it's basically 116.1.2 area, right? And basically just been taking 2 days off this entire weekend, pulling back. And previously I said we would be at this neckline. So the good thing is we took 2 days pullback. I said we should go through. Here, take a little bit of time, right? That's what I said. And then odds are I lean towards a breakthrough. So the fact that I respected this neckline, that's showing me that that this is a real inverse head and shoulders pattern. We have shoulder, head, shoulder here, right? So basically then chances are if we do break through here, right, this resistance I've called for a long time now because it's kind of pretty obvious on the chart, see here, then basically the completion of this pattern is a target to 119K area, right? So that's kind of here where we are right now. But I have to warn folks, right? I did a warning in my yesterday's video. Folks should go and have a watch of that. And because we're now seeing, in my yesterday's video, I said we're now seeing the open interest for altcoins exceed the open interest for Bitcoin itself. That just means there's too much gambling, too much, froth and going on. There's too many people betting on altcoins with like 30x, 50x, 100x leverage. So now, just the situation that I wanted to warn folks about here. Now, for folks who are not into the technical analysis, here is what I wrote before of a shoulder, head, shoulder pattern. And this is kind of a double shoulder. It's literally like you have the shoulder here, head here, but double head, another shoulder here. And when it broke down, this gave us a projected, right, target of 73K because you basically take that distance and measure from the point of breakout downwards, right? And Bitcoin hit 74K. So it's pretty much almost smack bang on target. And as soon as on that day when this was double confirmed, we had 1 day of confirmations, 2 day of confirmation, I said, gee, this is going down. This is going down to 73, 74K area. And that's exactly where we hit. Now here, because of, watch this in combination with the video I made yesterday, because of the danger signal we saw yesterday and I presented to you guys. So now I am a little bit more careful. I would say the optimistic scenario is if we go one more leg up, which I still think is going to happen. The pessimistic scenario, I have to say this to warn everyone, just so we know this could happen as well, is we have another shoulder, head, shoulder situation here. How does the shoulder form? Well, shoulder can't be taller than the head, right? I mean, your shoulder can't be taller than your head. So therefore, I think it can't get above this 124.560 area. So on the bounce, on this bounce here, if we don't get above here and we turn down, that's possibly another shoulder formation. And then if we hit this red line and break it, so remember we need two things. One, for it not to break above here. If it does break above here and then we come down, that's fine because that's not a shoulder. So now we have a shoulder, head, shoulder if we don't go above and we turn down, but it's still not a confirmed pattern yet. We need this neckline. This is what they call the neckline to be broken, right? This neckline, if broken, something like this broken will be around 112K area. 112K minus the distance of 19K here, something like that, right? Or 20K here as measured by here. Then we break down here from 112, we go down 20K, we hit exactly 92K, 92, 93K area, which is where this red line is. And look at how important this red line is. This red line was the neckline of this shoulder, head, shoulder pattern. I'm not saying this will happen. It's just one possibility we're watching out for. And people are like, oh, you're saying could go up or down. No, what I am saying is two things. I'll say it again, two things. Two things have to qualify first. One, that we don't, if we do this, that's not a head shoulders because it's invalidated this head by going above it. We need to bounce and turn down below 124.56. And we need to turn down and actually break down here with at least 2 closing days, 2 days close before we confirm. And then I would say, okay, we're going down. Okay, what's this hot altcoin that I'm talking about that could lead this altcoin season? Before we answer that question, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. That means the exchange can't even see who you are. So that means the IRS can't see you. The tax office can't see you. FBI, CIA, nobody can see you, right? That's why I've made this deal with them. This is the Pablo deal with the exchange. And just by being my followers, get a chance to win weekly prizes, not monthly, but weekly prizes of up to $25,000 and bonuses just by depositing. Bonuses just by depositing, right? There's all these prizes going on. Futures bonuses just by depositing cash in there to start operating and trading. Okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, this is limited time only. This is if you're watching this on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're watching this on any other platform, that's okay. Just click on my profile page, and there's my link tree or Stan link. We click on that, and it should be the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. All right, let's get back to the markets, folks. And remember, this deal is only available on the Pablo link. Only on the Pablo link. Okay, so what's the altcoin that I'm talking about that could do really well? It is basically, I'll just give you guys a clue. So this is a coin that has had a crazy run recently, right? Crazy run. So we can see that this coin did what? Like, what's the move here? It went from $1.20 to to $18. That's like a 16x run, and this is a large cap. This is not a small cap. This is a large cap. It went on that run from 6th of September to and hit that high around 9th of September. Oh my God, in 3 days. Like I know I call some coins that can make 60x run, like Wire did a 60x run, like Pretty did a 15-20x run. But those are small coins. This is a large coin. This is FDV's $11 billion right now. So when it started that run, it was like 300 million, 400 million. Now, market cap still 2 billion. So that's quite an amazing move. Well, what is MYX and what is the coin that I'm going to be talking about that is going to make another move like this? Hasn't done it yet. So MYX is very similar to this coin that I'm sure most of you have heard about called Hype. HYPE. Here it is. And so Hype, as most folks know it, is another DEX, decentralized exchange. So that means it's not like Bitunix or Binance. It's basically decentralized, right? It's on-chain. And the thing about Hype is that it also offers perps for trading, futures trading, which other DEXs like Uniswap doesn't. I mean, look, I'm not encouraging guys to go on Hype or MYX or any of these, DEXs. I'm not sponsored by any of them. Just want to be clear, right? Not encouraging you guys to go on Hype or any of those exchanges. In fact, you also the thing that made Hype famous was James Wynn, if you know who he is, WYNN. James Wynn basically traded on Hype, and everyone can see his position. That's the problem with exchanges like Hype, because it's a DEX, decentralized exchange. so everyone can see your position. On a centralized exchange like Bitunix, people can't see your position, so you're kind of hidden, right, from the public. On Hype, everyone can see your position. They just don't know your name, but they can see someone's placed that order. And if it's a large order, like what James Wynn did, then all the whales try to basically flash him out. So when he says it's going up, they crash the price to take out his longs. When he goes short, like 20 million, whatever, they all go long to short squeeze him. So anyways, that's what happened. But this coin is doing well. I told folks, made videos on this about a year ago, right? When it was around like this $20 area, right? And then dollar cost average down, right? I didn't get it all the way down to $8, but I got it around this 17, 16, 15 level, right? Folks in my Discord or who have been watching my videos might remember this. And it's also had a nice run. So if from the bottom, that's a 5x, almost 6x run. And MYX just had a massive run as well, which is it's especially impressive when you have like a 16x run and your coin like a 15x run. And your coin's already at $500 million. It runs from like 300 million to all the way to 11 billion. That's very impressive. So the coin that I'm going to talk about today is very similar to these two. Right, so Hype itself is around $50 billion FDV, fully diluted value. MYX is $11 billion FDV. Hype is $13 billion market cap, whilst MYX is $2.14 billion market cap. Now, this coin I'm going to talk about is called AVNT, right? It's already starting to move, but right now it's still only 800 million FDV and 160 market cap. So what does that mean? That means it's something like 14 times smaller than MYX in terms of market cap, total FDV, and it's about like 70x smaller than what's it called, Hype in terms of market cap, FDV, right? But we can also compare in terms of market cap. Why is this? What is it? It's first of all, it's a DEX, right? It's a DEX on base chain. So here's Peter Thiel. Earlier this year, he invested $8 million into Avantis. Avantis, a base blockchain decentralized exchange or DEX for leverage trading, has raised $8 million, led by Peter Thiel. Most of folks should know who Peter Thiel is. If not, so Peter Thiel is basically the co-founder of PayPal with Elon Musk. Him and Elon Musk co-founded PayPal, and then he basically was the first outside investor, institutional investor or outside investor for Facebook. So, the only other investors earlier than him are Mark Zuckerberg and his sister, who are family investors, right? People like that, or workers inside the company. So this guy now owns Palantir. That's like what, $500 billion or $1 trillion company. So this is a very successful investor. So he invested in Avantis. That goes to show you what kind of company it is. And also, Avantis has two other large investors. One is Coinbase. Coinbase invested in Avantis, and Coinbase just listed Avantis in Coinbase for trading, right? In fact, it's not the Coinbase DEX section where all the little coins can trade, right? It's Coinbase itself. Coinbase app itself has listed Avantis, not the DEX section, but the proper Coinbase section. And also, just quickly, the Bitunix has also listed Avantis, AVNT. whether it's futures or spot. So it depends on what you like. They've also got it as well. I've been buying it, but I've got a initial position in, like 1/3 of my position. Then I've got more orders, right, on the spot, just a little bit lower. I think we might dip down, touch 70 again. If not, then could go down as low as 60 something. So the way I would look at this is a short term Fibonacci, right? I would say if we hit 0.68, that could happen because that's 0.618, right, on the big move so far. What if we were to adjust the Fibonacci and put it here? Then that gives us 73 cents if you want to be safer, right? Or 666 cents, 67 cents, let's call it. These are some of the numbers that I'm looking at. I already have a initial 1/3 of my position's already in, but if it dips back, I'm going to add another 2/3 of my position in. So here's have a look at base. This is base chain, right? And we can see that base chain is growing. And this coin, Avantis, is already the fifth largest fee generating protocol on base chain. And when you look at Uniswap, they list Uniswap first, but it's got 38 chains. It's on all these chains, so it's not really. I mean, Uniswap's huge, so it's basically that doesn't really count, right? It's on every chain. It's Uniswap. Arrow, yes, that's definitely true. Virtues is pretty much base, even though it's on 3 different chains. Base, Ethereum, Solana, okay, but there's still, Virtues. Aave is on 17 chains. So Aave is like Uniswap, right? Aave is the DeFi version of Uniswap, so it's basically on every chain. And then we have Avantis. So in my opinion, it's actually the 3rd highest fee earner, right? In the last 7 days, made 370,000 almost, right? Aerodrome, Aero, Virtues, and Avantis. Okay, so let's have a look at what is the earnings comparing to Hyperliquid, right? So here we can see that Hype basically does 1.8 billion, right? 1.8 billion, 1.8 billion in volume weekly. Whilst Avantis does 90 million. Wait, sorry. That's the market cap. That was the market cap. Right now, as we've seen, the market cap has doubled. Let me just make sure. The market cap is here. Slightly less than double. It was at 90, right? Now it's at 165. So that's an older chart. The volume, the perps weekly volume for Hyperliquid is 60 billion, whilst for Avantis is 1.4 billion. So in other words, it's about 45x smaller, 40x, 5x smaller. Whilst its weekly fees we just saw was around 370,000. I just showed you guys on here. Let's see, 300 Avantis fees, 7 days, 1 week, 370, 367, 370. So therefore, for Hyperliquid, it's around 16, 17 million, right? So essentially the difference is about 3 times, it's about 50x. It's about 50x, right? But at a market cap of 167 million compared to 18 billion, right? it's about 110x smaller. It's 110x smaller than Hyperliquid. So from a market cap point of view, you could say it's undervalued. From a FDV point of view, you can say it's kind of catching up. It's kind of not quite a fair value yet compared to Hyperliquid, but it's catching up. But here's the thing. Look at the weekly perp volume of Hyperliquid. It's growing just a little bit. But look at Avantis. It's going parabolic, right? What about 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now? It could grow and catch up to, like, say, half or 1/3 of Hyperliquid. Then what will Avantis be worth, market cap wise, right? Weekly fees as well. Hyperliquid is growing, right? But, it's basically not that fast. Whereas this one is basically coming in exponential. So again, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now, how much is Avantis doing on weekly fees, weekly per volume? So keep those things in mind. And also one more thing, Avantis actually does not just perps, not just perp trading on DEX. They also do tokenization of RWAs, which is real world assets. Say, for example, they could take gold and tokenize it for trading. They could take oil. They could take the SP 500. They could take NVIDIA stock. They could take treasury bonds and let it trade on their exchange. So all in all, that's a very attractive offer. That's something that Hyperliquid or MYX, they don't even do that. Okay, thank you for your time, folks. None of this is financial advice and not paid for by Avantis or any of these coins. Thank you for your time. Catch you next episode.